I'm Tasha from FitnessBlender.com, and today I've got your lower and upper body mini strength complexes with add-on style core finisher. You'll have 2 strength complexes, 3 exercises apiece, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 3 rounds with a 20-second break between rounds. Your add-on style core finisher is a total of 4 exercises. You'll add an exercise each round for a total of 4 rounds, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. For equipment today, you need a set of both heavy and medium weights along with the mat. I'll show you some modifications along the way. Warm-up and cool-down are both included. Let's go ahead and get started with warm-up. Warm-up is 5 minutes long, 30 seconds per exercise, no rest between exercises, and no repeats. We'll get started in 10 seconds with a bottom pause squat, taking those feet about shoulder distance apart, toes can point slightly out, pausing at the bottom of that squat position. Row off, sink it down, I know there's that ankle pop, and press it up. So we're just pausing for a moment at the bottom of your range of motion. Chest is lifted, shoulders away from the ears, trying to keep the shins parallel to each other, knees apart, so trying to keep them from caving in. We're just building a little bit of heat as we get going. This is a relatively quick workout, but you still want to be warm for it. Hinge Low Row next. Turning to the side so you can see, you're going to hinge from those hips, drive the elbows to the ceiling, squeeze the shoulder blades together, release, and drive it back up. So feeling a lengthening in those hamstrings, and along with the muscles of the upper back warming up. We do have deadlifts where we need to hinge, and we do have low rows in this workout. So we're getting everything fired up. Reverse lunge, overhead press is next. Step it back with the right foot first. Palms face on those hands. Lunge, press overhead, release, drive through the left foot, stand up and switch. Lunge back with the left foot, press through the right. Keeping your shoulders down and away from your ears as you momentarily balance in that lunge position, firing up those glutes. Breathe, picking up the pace as you see fit, as you get warmer. Push up, down dog, so we're coming to the ground. Take it down into your plank position, chest between thumbs. Push up, drive it back, press the chest in between those shoulders, down dog. Back to your push up. Drop to your knees if you need to. It is warm up after all, but you can keep a nice, slow, purposeful pace. We're gonna pop it up for jump rope shuffle. The only hopping, which is optional, that you have to do for the workout. Popping it in with those feet, shuffling back and forth, arms are turning. Hopefully heart rate's coming up just a smidge. Start controlling the breath. Complexes have very little, if any, rest between your intervals. Remember your option here, do not have to hop. Lateral squats. Stand tall center, take a giant step out left, squat, tall center, take it to the right, we just alternate. As I said, there's minimal rest between exercises in a complex. Your goal is to hold on to the same pair of weights for each exercise. You do have a 10-second transition in this workout, but the goal is to stay pretty much constantly moving. So you want to get in control of your breath. Good mornings, arm extension. Fingertips tickle those ears, hinge, press the arms ahead, put them back, stand it up. Feel that lengthening in the hamstrings. From the hip joints, not the waist, stamp the floor with your chest, reach, and drive it up. You should feel glutes, hamstrings engage. Another reverse lunge alternative. Your torso rotation this time. Palms face the floor, step back right, rotate left. Step center and switch. So you're always going to rotate towards the side of the leg that remains in front. It's the easiest way to remember. Shoulders away from those ears. Breathe. full foot on the floor. You're driving through your whole foot of whatever leg is in front. Push up runner's lunge. Back to the ground. Plank, push up. Right foot comes outside right hand. Lunge for a moment. Put it back, push up again. Left arm, left hand. Drop the hip. Take this to your range of motion and what works for you. Yes, you can drop to your knees for that push-up. We have jumping jacks. Last move of warm-up. Hop or step it in. Wide arms, wide legs. Last move. Hopping lightly more towards the balls of those feet. Hey, the cool part is you get a water break after each complex to collect your thoughts. You can take that hop out. We got 5 seconds. Get warm. Warm up is done. We're going to our first complex, which focuses on the lower body. I'm using my heavy for me today, 20 pounds, 9.1 kilograms. Clock resets. Breathe. There we go. We're starting with front squat. Weights come up nice and high. Create that shelf. 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. 3 moves. Feet a little bit wider than the hips distance. Rack it up. We are going. It's only 30 seconds of work. Keep your chest lifted. Elbows stay high. Create that shelf. Back of the weight is resting on those shoulders. You can change this to a goblet squat if you want to. 1 weight held center. Breathe, less than 10. Ten-second quick transition. Weights come down, palms face the quads. Deadlift. Breathe. Let's go, little bend in those knees. Stamp the floor, drive it up. Your stamp is right center of your chest. Engage the lats. So you're pulling all along the sides of the rib cage, keeping everything in control. Weights hang right below those arms. Reverse lunges are next. If you want to make this harder, up the ante, take out this quick 10-second transition. Just like warm-up. Step it back, drive through the leg in front. We are alternating. So here's the kicker, or the best part of this workout. After your 20-second break, because you get 20 seconds off in between rounds, we're going to reverse the order of the round. So you will start with reverse lunges next round. Yay! You can have a slight 3 to 5% lean forward in that torso every time you lunge. 20 seconds. This is a grip shakeout, a mental shakeout, a time for you to evaluate your weight choices. Do you want to go up? Do you want to go down? We started over. Remember, reverse. Reverse lunges. Here it is already. Stepping it back and stand tall. So you can make this difficult as you want it to be. Take out the rest. Take it through a full range of motion that's challenging for you. You can also do this entire workout body weight. Breathe. 10 seconds. I'm taking my moment for a little grip break. Shake it out. It's quick. Deadlift next. Safely pick them up. Still get that little bend in the knees. Before you initiate the move, lats, pull them in. That will help your shoulders from rising up towards your ears. Breathe. Inhale down. Exhale to bring it up. Almost to our first move again. front squat, which we'll do twice in a row because we're gonna go regular order for a third round. Rack them. I stand with my feet relatively wide. It gives me space for my hips to pass. We're all shaped differently. Do what works best for you. Try to keep those knees from caving in and breathe. Your other option here, suitcase squat or narrow squat. Weights by your sides. As I said, one weight goblet squat. That's another option. All right, quick shakeout. We are in our 20-second break. It's quick. One more round. We start it back over with move one, front squat, regular order. Get ready. Less than 5, rack those weights. Last time through for every one of our moves. As I said, it is a quick workout. 30-second intervals. Make it manageable. From the side, chest lifted, crown of head to base of spine. Nice straight line. I don't mean straight as in vertical to the ceiling. Just mean no rounded spine. Deadlift, last time. Breathe. Let's do it. Hinge. Feel your hamstrings and your glutes lengthen. Every time you hinge, think of that pulley system, posterior chain. Almost there. One more exercise, reverse lunges, and then a quick water break. 30 seconds is all we got. Here we go. Last interval for this complex for the lower body. We get to do upper body when we come back from the water break. Very straightforward moves put together in such a way to provide a challenge for you if you so choose. Come on, we only got 5 seconds. Fantastic. Weights to the side. It's time for a quick water break. Press the pause button if you need a little extra time. I'll meet you back here for your upper body complex. Welcome back from your water break. We're getting into our upper body mini strength complex. I'll be working with my medium for me weight choices today, 15 pounds, 6.8 kilograms. Same deal as the lower body. 3 exercises, 30 seconds on, 10 off, 3 rounds, 20 seconds in between. We are starting with overhead press in 5 seconds. So palms face and extend. Straight up to ceiling, lower down with control. Weights can touch your shoulders each time, just for a little bit of respite in between each rep. Try to keep a nice even movement pattern unless you're going for tempo here. You can even add halfway pulses to this if you want to make it more difficult, but that is totally up to you. Oh my goodness, start feeling that one immediately. And relax, weights come down. Quick transition to the low row position. We're back to our hinge, elbows to ceiling, weight to hips. Flat chest, we are stamping the ground with our sternum. Even and controlled through your full range of motion for you. Little tuck in that pelvic bone, or your hips I should say, so tuck the pelvic bone slightly under. So, not a full press out like this, just a little tuck. It's almost imperceptible. Biceps curls. Give myself a little grip break. because I know this is going to burn. I'm going to do rotating curls just because of the shape of my weights. So mine face each other, then they face my chest. You can keep palms up all the way through, or you can hammer curl and keep your neutral grip, palms face the whole time. That is stupendously heavy. Goodness gracious. I swear, this is the shape of these weights. Could also be the sequencing of the workout. My oh my, we get to do that again, but just like in our lower body circuit, we reverse the order. So we start with biceps curls next round in 10 seconds. So it's just a quick shakeout. I'm gonna do it again because it just seems too far to walk them over there. I could have switched it out, but you know, we'll stick with these 15s. All right, we're in our second round, folks. Breathe. Keep the elbows close to your hips, your rib cages. Try not to dig them in. Curling up about 3/4 of the way. So from the side, 3/4. Keep them engaged. Now you can do one at a time if you really need to. Whatever works for you. Holy smokes, low row. A little bit of a break, just a little one. It's coming back in 3 seconds. Hinge and row. Set yourself up for success before you initiate any movement pattern. Get your form right. Neck is just a natural extension of your spine, so gaze is out slightly ahead of those weights. As I always say, if you need to look at me, try to do so from a lateral position, so it's peripheral, and you can just slightly turn your head. Overhead press. I might do some push presses here. We'll see what happens. Push press gets a little more lower body involved. Especially next round, maybe, because we're doing overhead presses 2 times in a row. You still get your 20-second break. If you need to do it one at a time, totally fine. Push press, like me, just a little bit of help, a lot bit of help from my lower body. Quick 20-second break. We do that one more round. Everything is in the same order as it was the first round. So we start with our overhead press. Hey, the good news is you get another little water break. Okay. Less than 5. Time got away from me. I got so accustomed to resting. So I'm doing a push press variation. Hinge and dip. Driving through my lower body. Getting some help. My upper body's still finishing the move. My shoulders are done. And I just blew sweat at you. Man. Low row. A little grip break for me. Quick shakeout. And I'm ready. Hinge and row. Intentionally brace the core. Your core's been working the whole time. You can take your postural breaks if you need to and come back in. So yes, we have a targeted core finisher, but it's been working the whole time. We have those biceps curls. Can I do it? Let's see what happens. I might do one at a time. Yeah, one at a time. I have a little more control over that right now. Oh my goodness. That burns. I swear. Definitely is usually my biceps weight. It's the sequencing, y'all. And that's a wrap on our strength complexes. You're ready for water break number 2. Again, press that pause button if you need a little extra time. I'll meet you back here for our add-on core finisher. Welcome back from your water break. Hopefully you heard the word core and thought, let me grab my mat. If not, go ahead and grab it. We have an add-on style core finisher. What that means is you're gonna add an exercise each round, of which you've got 4. So it's 4 exercises. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. You guessed it, first round is your easiest round. You get to rest immediately after that first exercise. But that's also the exercise that you do the most often. All right, we're gonna start in 10 seconds. It's a hand release push-up into a superhuman back extension. Superhuman because we are all super. Begin in that high plank, release it down slowly. Arms come up and overhead. Superhuman, put them back, toes dig into the ground, press it up and repeat. Down, release, lift, and up. You can omit pieces of this as necessary. You can only lift the upper body. You can focus on only lifting the lower body. You can drop those knees for your push-up. 30 whole seconds, so that felt like nothing, right? Nothing-ish. It was still something. We're gonna start with that, but this time we are adding full plank position, hip taps. Take your feet wider than hip distance for stability, tapping same side hip, and you'll be alternating those taps. Try to focus on keeping your hips squared off and facing the ground, minimal hip rocking. Starting it back over, hand release push-up, superhuman lift. Let's get ready. We're on the clock, let's go. Down with control, lift. You'll notice my lifts are not super high. I take it to where is good for me. Just a couple inches, that's all you need. As long as you're engaging the correct muscles, you're good. Now there's no rest between this and our second move. We go right into 30 seconds in that full plank position, hip taps. Here we are. Tap, tap. Feet wider than hip distance will give you a stable base. The more narrow the hips, the harder you have to work. You can drop to right above those kneecaps if necessary. Try to keep those hips from rocking. So this is all cumulative. It adds up. 30-second break. It's a cumulative fatigue that you might not feel in that first round of doing it, but as we proceed, it gets there. So you guessed it, we started back over with our hand release push-up superhuman combo. We do our planks, hip taps. Quickly flip it over, Starfish Crunch. Reaching for ankle or shin of opposite leg. Back up, here we go. Lower it with control. I didn't want to jinx it, but look at these beautiful push-ups that are occurring on my toes. Because I'm getting this little break here. It's not a break. Break from a push-up with the superhuman lift. So you get to disengage those muscles. Give them a little break so that they're strong enough to do this. Full plank, hip taps. Same side. Keep those hips from rocking. Intentional movement. Option. Absolutely. You can even keep those toes down. It adds a little more stability. Quick flip over. Starfish. Flip it over. If you're there before me, you can get started. Up and cross. The arm that is towards the floor can give you a little help with that lift, but just a little. Your option, shorten the lever, bend the knee, crunch up. just a little less range. Okay, folks, one more round. This time we are adding hollow man hold, boat pose combo. So you're gonna transition from your hollow man into that boat and back. Yes, it is the hardest move, most challenging, but you can take options, okay? I'll verbally talk you through them. And you'll have to do it once. Every move, one more time, and that one only once. Back at the top. Hand release, superhuman. Squeeze your glutes. Try not to be too jerky. You saw me there correct myself. Keep the hips tucked under. Sometimes my hips dip, and that's what I'm working on. Bracing through my core and keeping them in alignment. Full plank, hip taps. I have to finish that rep. Last time for these as well. Try to keep them from shifting back and forth. As soon as those hips sink, we start this way. Pop it up, engage the core, lock it in. Starfish Crunch is on deck. One last time. Abs are burning. Quick transition. You can probably just turn over and get there quicker than me. It's okay. I just try to orient myself so you can see me. Remember, you can shorten that lever. Reach for heel. Inside of heel, opposite leg, or inside calf. Your range, okay? Here it is. All right, hollow man, boot. Arms overhead, arms by your side. So, if that is too much, you do not have to do that. Keep the feet flat. Lift, 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 lift. That's what I want you to do. Otherwise, it's too complicated. Trying to add too many moves. And that's a wrap, folks. Nicely done. Stay where you are. We are going into our cool down. I'm gonna get my clock reset, just so I keep us on time. Cool down is about 4 minutes long. We'll hold each stretch for about 30 seconds. Let's start in child's pose. So flip it on over if you haven't done so already. Widen out those knees. Press your glutes back towards your heels. And lower the chest in between those shoulders. If you're not ready for this and you wanted to take a couple extra breaths, just press the pause button. It's okay. But realize that your heart rate and breathing rate will still be elevated here, and that's totally fine. That's not a word. Focus on deep breaths in through the nose for 4 counts and out through the mouth for 4, slowing it down. Bring it on up out of that child's pose. Come to a plank position. Take that right foot on the outside of both hands. Runner's lunge on the right side. Should feel a nice deep stretch. Glutes on the right side, hip flexors, quads on the left. If you need to, you can drop that left knee down towards the ground. Shifting your weight side to side if you want. Breathe and hold. Take a moment here. Let's switch. Send the right back. Invite the left up. For me, that's a little bit harder. So you notice I almost fell. I was just gonna say I haven't almost fallen this workout. There it was. It's gotta happen at least once. Shoulders away from those ears. Breathe. You lift your torso up, deepening the stretch. Take it to wherever it feels best for you. And send that left foot back to meet the right. Pressing those chest in between the shoulders. Down dog. Pedaling out those feet. Heels to the ground one at a time. Nice inverted V. If you don't want to pedal, you don't have to. You can press both and then release some of the tension. We're gonna roll it up to a standing position. So go ahead and start bending those knees. Walk those hands back towards your feet. Heels down towards the ground. Chin comes into chest, slowly rolling it up one vertebrae at a time. Meet me up, standing tall. Take both arms up and back, feeling a lengthening through the chest along the way. Oh, that feels good. Pause center, take them forwards. Continue your deep breathing. One more. Take that right arm, cross body, shoulder, chest. Pull above or below that elbow. Gently pulling it up and forwards. Shoulder down and away from the ears. Gazing over that shoulder if it feels good for you. And breathe. Remember, deep in through the nose and out through the mouth. And release. Let's just switch. Left arm across, above or below that elbow. Sink it in, set it back, and pull. Just so that you have some tension to pull against, so we're actually stretching the muscle. Breathe. Sweat in my eyes, so I'm doing the cute winking thing. Trying to clear it. This might be one eyeball stretch right now. It's the best I can do. And release. One more stretch. A little bit of a combination here. You're gonna open it up, thumbs back, press the chest in between those shoulders, and then round out the spine, chin comes to chest, separate the shoulder blades, tree hug. Alternating between the two here, the opening and the closure. Maybe matching it to your breath as you continue to slow that breathing rate down. I like to inhale, open, and then exhale, close. Let's do one more. Open, 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 and close. And relax. One deep breath for good measure. Inhale, reach for the ceiling. Exhale, let it all out. Give yourselves a hand. Take a victory lap. Thank you so much for joining me for this relatively short workout. Got a little bit of everything in, total body. Once again, my name is Tasha. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope I get to see you again. Workout complete.